I promised a production breakdown. So if anyone kind of wants to see that, stick around. I've had a. It is hilarious to me because one of the number one things that I've heard about it is, hey, who played pedal steel on that track? And I don't want to rat anybody out, but the pedal steel is literally, check this out. Let me load it. It is a contact instrument. It is a sample library, and just about everything else we did was live on this song. But the pedal steel, nah, I can't say it was. So this is what I'm about to show you is the pre-mix version. This is basically what we sent off to get mixed. So let's listen to that together real quick. Give us faith like Daniel in the lion's den. We can trust you to do now what you did then. Let us move with I'm sure this isn't really that interesting for you because honestly, the mixed version sounds so much better. Like, we sent him a decent product to start with, but Kyle worked his magic. Let me show you this pedal steel isolated because I was pretty proud of this. Like, oddly enough, pretty proud. This is a MIDI instrument. You can play it on your keyboard. Like, that sounds pretty real to me, at least real enough. But everything else in this track is real instruments, and that is something that I don't take for granted. A lot of people can't do that in their home studio just because of limitations. The only guitar that wasn't fully analog through and through is actually the baritone guitar that was used for that solo. And that is literally because I got, I don't know, I was so obsessed with the scratch version of it that I just ended up keeping it. And that was it was through the Tonex that happened. So that was super, super nice. I'll show you that. So that's just a baritone guitar, and actually pretty cheap baritone guitar, through a probably, I don't know, I guess I can probably pull it up because it's literally just plug in. So that is not what that was. Whatever, I messed it up already. Isn't that fun? It's what did I do? Oh, well, this is why they can't trust me with anything. But it was through the Tonex. It had a little bit of modulation in the form of tremolo and also some some reverb on it. I think it was spring reverb. Maybe that is what it is. Who knows? Cool. Let me solo that. See if it sounds like trash now. Oh yeah, it does sound like trash. Who knows what it was? I'm sure it was just like, I don't. This cracks me up. I already messed it up. Whatever. We'll just get something something to make it sound decent again. Put it on a crystal clean. Whatever. Cool thing is that one of the guys from church, his name's Ethan Hardwick, super talented keys player. He played keys on this. So here's what he did. This is that kind of bright, upright sound. Just mega talented, like crazy tasteful keys parts. He also sent us this Rhodes texture, which if you're yeah, Brandon, you're right. Tone on the keys is just crazy good. He sent us this Rhodes texture, and if you're unfamiliar in kind of production world, basically when you hear a finished song, you're hearing really probably just a couple instruments or that are really pulling out to you. But there are things that we do to just kind of be a little bit of extra ear candy, and this is one of those things. This is I think he has a real Fender Rhodes. I don't know if it's that or a software instrument Fender Rhodes, but it's got an auto pan on it, and it just sounds super tasty. So here's that. So it's really not something that would jump out of the mix to you, but it is it sounds super good. On acoustic guitars, they were just recorded with Warm Audio WA-44. That's their big ribbon mic, and and their WA-84, which is their Neumann KM-184 model or rip off, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. So here is the main acoustic guitar that comes in at the beginning. So it's real. You hear the squeaks because I'm refusing to use coated strings. As it grows. And I just did that with my thumb. I kind of wanted it to get lost in the mix a little bit. So I did that on my LG2, which is what I just played. And then I did another part on an Eastman J45 copy. So this happens during verse 2. And again, this is another one of those ear candy things. You can see these top two tracks. That's an acoustic guitar. These two, acoustic guitar. And then down here, that's also acoustic guitar. But starting in verse 2, there's just this part. Let me just solo this part out real quick. And it sounds like nothing on its own. But when you combine it with the other one, it just emphasizes that chord change a little bit and allows that to jump out in the mix. Again, another one of those ear candy things. Later on in this song, there is another acoustic guitar, also recorded on that J45 style guitar that came in. Why am I doing that to you guys? Let me make that a larger screen. That is just doing some like high-end, top-end information. And with the main guitar, so again, if it were fully in the mix, you'd have no clue that it was there. It's just adding a lot more high-end information. Another cool thing that we did, Michael played this. He's got a baritone guitar, and we did just a roots pass. Again, this is kind of ear candy thing, but again, it's not something that jumped out in the mix, but it is a super cool texture to add. Let me, real quick, I'll show you. Nothing really was special on the drums that we did. That is done on brooms the whole time, which for a lot of the song was cool, but it was inside baseball here. It was hard to get the snare to crack with brooms, which are they're kind of like brushes, except a little bit more thuddy, and that's the actual sticks he was using. It sounded really cool in the mix. I think next time we won't use those for the entire song, but you live and you learn, and there are things that we would do differently, and that's fine. That's cool. Here is all of the electric guitar groups together. A lot of chordal stuff that Michael played, and here is this is the baritone, this is the higher electric guitar parts, and even the lower stuff in that final chorus, which really kind of gave it a lift that it needed. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of that song. If I remember correctly, a lot of those guitars, and Michael, if you're still in the chat, you can tell me if you remember your signal chain at all. I don't remember what guitar he used. It could have been his one of his Gretches, because now he has two. And I think a lot of the drive tone was the Strymon Deco, which that thing's super cool. And it went into the twin reverb. I think the delay that was there was Boss DD 500, but I am not totally sure on that. Let me make sure that I didn't miss any chat. Brandon, I would be happy to send you the stems, and would probably crack up way too hard at a dubstep remix. I think that would be hilarious.